I have a very important topic I'd like to discuss today. It's called Essential Elements of a Business Partnership Agreement. I've been an attorney for more than 24 years, and many of the disputes I see involve people that have gone into business together with the best of intentions, and for one reason or another, there's a problem down the road. And I can almost always trace this to a lack of clarification at the beginning of that relationship. So when you're starting a business, you're getting involved in a new venture, there needs to be an agreement between you and your partner or your partners about how this business is going to be run. Now, you can get online, you can look at bylaws, operating agreements, and things like that, and download them from the internet. People often do that. They sign this thing, but they really never stop to think what is in there, and that maybe one size does not fit all. So you don't need to be a genius about this. There's just some key things that I'd like you to think about when you're starting a business. What items do you need to cover? The first one is, how long is this business going to go? Is it going to go just for a certain period of time and then end? Is it just for a specific project? Or is it going to go on indefinitely, as long as you keep making money? The second big question is, as to the partners themselves, is there going to be a partner that's really in charge of the business and then sort of the silent money person? Or will both people be managing that business together, jointly? This is a big problem when I get people maybe that are investors that are just trying to invest in a business only to realize that their partnership agreement, operating agreement, gives them no protections because they're not entitled to much communication or any kind of fiduciary duty from their other partner. This is something that's really important. If you don't understand it, you need to discuss it with an attorney. You need to think about practical items. Who is going to be authorized to conduct banking business? This is the first question that your banker is going to ask you when you go to the bank to open up that new account. It's a lot easier if you have it right in your operating agreement. Who can open up the bank account? Who can conduct banking business? Now, this is kind of a tough one that people don't want to think about. What happens if a partner dies? What will happen in that situation? If your business partner dies, his spouse or beneficiaries, or her spouse or beneficiaries, how is this going to work? There are some solutions that you can use to plan for that. I know it's something people don't like to talk about, but you really should give it some thought. And then, of course, what happens if one partner wants to get out of the business, or if they want to split up or sell their interest? You really need to think about that. There's some real simple things that we can do to help you through that agreement, and believe me, it will save you untold amounts of money and grief down the road if or when something goes wrong. It happens more often than not, so please take that into account. Another practical consideration is who is going to be handling tax matters. Who's going to sign the tax return for the company? Are you both involved in that, or multiple people, or just one? I strongly recommend that when you start the business, you at least agree on who your CPA is. You discuss those items. It's very important for both of you that those tax matters are handled efficiently. Okay, the next item is just at the outset of your business, how is it getting started? Are people putting in money? Is one person saying, okay, I'm going to provide my services to this business? We call that capitalization. How are we capitalizing the company, and is somebody going to contribute their truck or tools? How is this thing going to work? It's important to really think about that. And as you get started in the business, ideally all of the members are at some sort of an equal level as far as how they've capitalized the business, and that's reflected in, say, the number of shares or membership interests that they own. And finally, you need to think about the authority of each of the members in the business to do either day-to-day business, which usually can be done by all the members, or for critical things like selling real estate, taking out large loans, things like that. It's helpful to outline those responsibilities. Now that's not too complicated. These are all things that really would just require a sit down and really discuss these items. It is the foundation for a good relationship in business. I strongly encourage it. We would love to help you if you have questions about this.